Hello, salam alaikum. I don't know. I want to play this intro music, but it is not possible. The free plan comes with one example video. If you would like to share your own videos, check out our upgrade plan. StreamYards is getting bad now. All right, let me see now. You have to think about a different platform, I think. Yes, salam alaikum, everyone. Welcome to another live stream. That's the link for those who would like to join. Let me check. Sorry. Unmute myself. I'll go to. Yes. All right. Yes, I hope everyone have had a good time. I don't know if the audio is fine because I think our audio is not coming from this microphone. I have no idea. Salam alaikum, Hourglass. How are you, inshallah? Peace be with you, brother. If you would like to join. Yes. You sent me, Hourglass, some a link which I couldn't watch because it was going to that violent guy. It was, I think you. Yeah, there was a link you were sending. Wasn't the video that you were explaining. Yeah, while nobody's here, can maybe go to that video, Hourglass share. You can watch it. I don't know if I find it. Okay, let me see. Yeah, salam alaikum, Hourglass.
Peace be with you. Salam alaikum, brother. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Let me see. I'm checking this. Yeah, I want to
Yes.
share that video so that you see what was the video that I received.
I see.
Okay, let me see. Share. Okay, yes. All right, you see it, yeah?
Yes, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me see.
Warner, I told you it's a bunch of weirdos here. God bless you, brother. Have a good one, okay? You want a sandwich, brother? You hungry? Huh? Are you a shaitan? Ooh, he looked at me when I said shaitan, huh? You know what shaitan is? You know what shaitan is? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. الشيطان الرجيم. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. What's up? Are you here to disturb us or what's going on, bro? All right? No, it's okay, bro. We don't need it, bro. Hey, brother, please don't disturb us, bro. Yo, Warner, his money's here, bro. No, I don't smoke, bro. You have 2 seconds to take a sandwich, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Huh? Why you acting stupid, bro? And now you're acting normal, bro. What's up? Come on, bro. We're teaching people about God.
But it is so obvious that the guy is not mentally stable, you know?
Exactly. He sounds maybe, intoxicated or something like that.
Something,
Exactly.
Something not normal. So you have to be careful with this guy. You don't have to.
Yes. The best thing to do is to notify the authorities, right? Because there's the police around. He can tell them there's this individual trying to, he's not acting very, he's very stable. Exactly. So they would take it from there. But at first he's nice. He offers him a sandwich. All right, that's nice. But then straight after, he starts saying, issuing threats like you have 2 seconds to go. I mean, yes.
Are you shaitan? Excuse me. He's not shaitan. He's just, I think he's not normally stable.
Definitely, yes.
Assalamu alaikum, Fala Sana. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Yeah, we are doing fine. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, let's continue to watch this guy a little bit.
No, hey, don't be doing that. Hey, don't be doing that, bro. Once you touch our property, then I could whoop your ass. I'm just letting you know right now. Yeah. Oh, bro, here. Stay back.
And it is strange that Sneaker is there also.
Exactly, but I think he follows these guys around, because he's new Muslim. I think they're using him a lot. I don't know why, but sometimes when reverts come, this devil Andrew Tate, even though he was a devil person. Yes, sorry, brother. They use these people as poster boys,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wish that I could have some contact with this Sneako, to warn him from these people, understand? But
yes. But I think that he's following around these people because he has been with Farouk, and Farouk is also not somebody I advise to listen to because he's also
they are all extremists, all of them. They all believe, anyone believing stoning adulterers and killing apostates is extremist. Anyone. Just
and also,
hey, he's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes, and also they have bad manners.
Yeah, they have bad manners, exactly.
Bro, he's bullshit, bro. Stop, take it out. Oh, no, he's wilding, bro. Get over here! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Or such a hero with this, great body.
Yes, exactly.
That guy.
Yes, he's like their.
And I told that from the beginning, he should. Okay, the video is almost finished. From the beginning, he should just, understand that something like this might happen.
Exactly.
And prevent it.
Happens.
Yeah, we prevent it. Even if he took and that, nothing happens. Quran doesn't, get destroyed.
The Quran tells us to repel evil with that which is better.
The best manner.
In the best manner. And these people, and he just goes around swearing like this. Yeah. I don't really know if he's aware of this or not, but yes, he swears. He's using profanity. He's not doing calling. He's not doing dawah, in my opinion. He's just trying to flex his muscles, He believes that it's some kind of a boxing ring, but it's not. It's it's about God consciousness, you know, fear of Allah, but he doesn't really have that. And so he went, yes, and grabbed this individual and tossed him over to the floor. It was not right because the person, okay, they were doing something not good, but maybe he didn't sound stable either.
Yeah, but what he did, and I said the guy wasn't normal, and what he did was much worse than what that guy was doing.
Yes, because he gives us a bad image, and by acting like such a thug, right? A senseless, you know, thug.
Yeah, be patient all the time.
Yes,
be patient.
Exactly. Exactly.
Prophet Muhammad says, the pleasure you get in forgiveness, you never get it in revenge. That's not forgiveness. Hello, Falasana.
Exactly. And what happens also is that I wanted to add something. Yes, he keeps saying brother, you know, but in their slang, bro. And I don't understand. What is this? I mean, I don't understand. He calls him brother, but then he tosses him over to the floor like that. And these people, unfortunately, is that they're blindly following, because he has a lot of people along with him, tagging along, because I think they going around in New York and in all those places. So he has all these people, but they're also quite uneducated, I have to say, because some of them do boxing and they go around beating the heck out of each other. So they're not very educated. So nobody can come and say, brother, what you're doing is wrong. You have to, you know, to give wise advice. Unfortunately, it's just like they're not that educated either. But if I were there, I would definitely advise him a little bit from a safe distance, maybe, because you know, from behind some kind of a cage.
Unfortunately, he doesn't go live. He doesn't. I mean, otherwise I would somehow talk to him on his live stream, but he doesn't go. Let's see.
Yes, and he doesn't take advice because. Sorry, just one last thing. He doesn't know how to take advice because there was a brother who said something in the comment section, like along the lines of "come down," you know, and he was like, "I don't take advice from weak people who let people walk all over them." And I'm thinking, what? He was just trying to give you advice, and this is how you take it.
The best is that you bring a verse of the Quran, you know. Then he cannot say, "I don't take advice from God," okay, from the Quran.
Exactly. He can't be too arrogant for that.
Exactly. It's always better to bring, and usually I do that when somebody. There was a guy. He called, you know, there was a Christian channel. Was on TikTok, and a guy called and was using bad words, okay, you know, like whore and such things, in Arabic.
Oh yes.
Sharma, such things. Yes. So I called. I wanted to talk to him, but he put down, and then he followed me in the private chat. I was telling him that and even I could call and talk to them, and you know, they liked the way I was talking to them, and I said what this guy was doing wrong. And then the guy, yes, I wrote him that what you do is wrong, and he was saying that, yeah, but they are, you know, doing this to saying this against Islam. Then I put for him verses of the Quran one by one, and every time he said something, I put another verse, and then finally he said, "You are right, brother." You know.
Exactly. Yes, we have to remind them with the Quran. Exactly.
Yes. So
and
finally,
this, yes.
Yeah. Finally, he said that, let me, if I find anyway, I will search. I said, how are you, Falasana?
I'm doing fine.
Very well.
During the week, I came across some videos. I shared I shared a short through the private chat. It's about a scholar questioning the authenticity of the hadiths that we currently have. I don't know if you've watched that video.
I heard about it. Is it Yasser Qadi?
Yes, could you just play it?
Yeah, I will
it's in the private chat.
Yeah, I will do that. Yeah, let me see. You are a great. Isn't Allah? Okay, yeah. This is the chat I had with him. Okay, his name was Abu Sufyan, and then I wrote him. I don't know. It's not visible anyway. I wrote him, you are a great enemy of Islam. Didn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, Quran 125, invite to the way of your Lord with wisdom and good instruction, and argue with them in a way that is best. Indeed, your Lord is most knowing. Okay, so why do you, I said, why do you harm the beautiful image of Islam with your bad behavior? And then he wrote, do you know these people? Yes or no? These are nothing I could do. Sorry, there is nothing I could do. Them cursing and mocking Allah and his apostate. Do you think Iman go up? I don't know what he means with Iman. Iman go up, knowing their behavior and speak in a good tone. Sorry. Then I put for him chapter 6, verse 68. Whenever you encounter those who speak with disrespect about your revelations, turn away from them until they move on to another topic. And if Satan should ever cause you to forget, then do not remain with those unjust people. So I told him that if you cannot hear, then leave. Okay. So, and I wrote, why don't you follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands and you follow your desire? What did you achieve? I called in and taught them some good message of Islam, and they loved. Yeah, they said that they followed me, and then he wrote, "Akhi, you are right, but it is jealousy of my deen and hate to those filthy people and blah blah blah, especially this Rita." And then I wrote him again, brother. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says, patient. Chapter 42, verse 43, and whoever is patient and forgives, indeed, that is chapter 23, verse 96. Then he wrote, you are right, Akhi. You're totally right. Barakallah fiqh. Okay, so anyway, there are, so in this way, I don't know if he continued to follow that advice or not, but at least
yes, I hope so.
Yes, I brought him with this. You have to put verses of the Quran. So I put for him these verses of the Quran, and then let me see now in the private chat.
Yes, at least I'm sure it could make an impact. It's good that he realized that you were right because you showed them proof, evidence.
Yeah, from the Quran. And then I called that, TikTok channel or whatever. And then they allowed, and they loved. Some of them were very rude, of course, but the host was very nice. Yes, let me see. Now I have to present this video. Share video. Yasser Qadi. All right, let's see. I hope you're here well.
Channel, right? You're well aware. Nobody in the academy affirms the Muslim Sunni science of hadith. Nobody. It is considered to be completely discredited. I'm just being factual. I'm describing. I'm not saying which one is right or wrong. I'm just saying the max you'll get, like Harold Motsky and others are going to say, well, we can say that some hadith definitely go back to some tabi'un. Mm-hmm. That's like the max you can say. Mm-hmm. As for definitively stating that the hadith go back to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, at this stage of my life, I will have to say this is what I say as a believer, not as an academic. As you're aware, and you're an academic.
All right, let me see what he.
What does he mean by that? I don't understand.
What he was trying to say, I didn't understand exactly. So
what he's trying to,
because it was cut, yeah.
But he said yes. He said as an academic and then as a believer. So I don't understand, why did he contradict himself like that?
He's not contradicting himself. What he's saying is that he cannot prove the science of hadith as an academic. When it comes to trying to defend Islam in the academic stadium, he can't do it. But when he goes to the mosque, there's a There's a whole clip. I can share another clip where he says when he goes to the mosque, he quotes Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim.
Okay.
But he has two hearts. Let me try to find for a longer video.
No,
which
wait, Falasana.
Yes.
What he was trying to say that about hadith or about Quran? He was talking about hadith. Yeah.
Yes,
hadith. He's talking about hadith. But
yes, that he
you know the linkage.
Yes, but he said that he cannot prove that it is going back all the way to the Prophet. Yeah, so
that's
the only but the thing is that I have to say the only way to understand that it goes back to the Prophet is that you match it with the Quran. If it goes against the Quran, then it is is not from the Prophet, definitely. Understand?
It's
so
what you're saying. Let me try to find the link of a longer version. Then maybe you'll hear him. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, hadith science is not accepted in academia. Yeah, oral tradition going back hundreds of years is questionable. Yeah, as I said, Alika, for me, that hadith, for example, and even a hadith or anything, any statement that is nice, good, is not contradicting the Quran, why not to follow it? Okay, from whomever it is, Prophet Muhammad, from a philosopher, or yes, from anyone.
I've shared a video on the I think on the private chat.
Yes, I see it. Yeah. Let me see.
Yes. But the thing is that, yes, and there was another channel called One Way to Paradise, and he responded to this statement and he cursed Yasir Qadhi. He asked Allah to destroy Yasir Qadhi because he was so angry at him for this statement of his. Now I have to say that Yasir Qadhi is a very curious figure, because on the one hand he's an extremist, but on the other he makes statements that, so I don't know where he stands really. Just like I think he's conflicted between academics, like he said, and being a believer. He's a peculiar figure in the Muslim calling, in the Dawah. To me, he's peculiar.
Once he was, talking about Bukhari, and that Bukhari was such a, how do you say, genius, that he memorized 300,000 hadiths, that would show the level of intelligence this guy has. To think that somebody is so intelligent, so genius, to memorize 300,000 rubbish hadith and threw it away himself, because I have read the Quran. The moment I see a hadith, I realize that this hadith is, is fabricated. All right, this hadith is trash, or this hadith is nothing. Okay, worth nothing. Even if it is, doesn't contradict the Quran, then it is worth nothing to mention it. All right. For example, a hadith that say stupid, of course, that says when you eat and with your hand, give it to your, the one who's near you, to, how do you say, to lick it, something like that, hourglass, yes. So such a things. I mean, you see that these are stupid things, and why you even, and what was those that he memorized and he threw them away, those 300,000. So this guy was either very, the most idiot person who memorized. I mean, it is impossible. How can you believe that somebody could memorize more than, hourglass? Quran is just one book, and with 6,236 verses, and most of the verses are, just few words, and it takes several years for people to memorize it. Several years. And this guy, Bukhari, hadith, some of the hadith is one page. One hadith is one page. The minimum hadiths, the shortest hadiths are several lines, and he memorized 300,000 of them. Understand? He has two books. In two books, he put like 2,500-600 hadiths. It is, you know, it is 7,000, but they are repeated. Those 2,600, he has repeated them. That's why they are 7,000 something. Okay,
I see.
so they are
Yes, the variations.
There are repetition of those 2,500-600. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes,
it means
yes.
that he didn't have even more hadiths to put there, so he was forced to repeat them. Okay. So I mean, why he should memorize all those, you know, 300,000?
Muji, could you play the longer version?
Yeah, but the
I've
thing is
placed it.
that, yeah, Falasana, I saw it. It's 21 minutes. Okay, you should give me some
Okay.
some places, you know, 1-2 minutes, because it is really. First of all, I have to say hello. Very late in Australia. Oh, sorry, can't talk. Only type. I would like to ask you a question. When Muslims said that it's written in the Quran that who kills one man, it is like he killed the whole of humanity. When Muslims said that, it is not Muslim, sorry, it is Quran says, chapter 5, verse 32, that says, okay, if you kill an innocent person, it's as if as you have killed the entire humanity. Okay, let me see. Assalamu alaikum, my dear sister, Miss K. The perfect hour is here. Soup. Yeah. Okay, now let me see. All right. All right. Yes, I said yeah. By skipping over the start with children of Israel, quoting a bit, then skipping the middle part with unless of mischief, and quoting the rest without mentioning 5. Okay, I think I have a video about 533 which deals with that mischief case. Why didn't any Islamic scholar correct them and quote it, the verse as it's written? I don't understand exactly what you want to say, okay? But if you're talking about 533, okay, then 533 is not a command to Muslims, it's a statement, okay? It is. It says that those who fight God and His messenger, all right, their punishment is to be crucified, to be their hand and feet to be chopped off from alternate side. Okay, so this is to be, and it's like I say, those who smoke cigarettes, their punishment is to get lung cancer. Okay, that's not a statement for anybody to give them lung cancer. So this is not a it's not a command. It doesn't say, if there was a command, if that was a command to us, because you have to understand grammar, you have to understand language. So God knows how to speak. When He say fight those who fight you, as long as they fight, okay, that means that's a command. Fight is a command, but to fight is not a command. To fight is a statement. So if Allah wanted to command me to crucify people, okay, then He would tell me like this, that those who fight Allah and His Prophet, crucify them. Do you understand the difference? Crucify them and chop off their hands and feet from alternate side. Do you understand the difference between their punishment is to be crucified, their hands and feet to be cut off from alternate side? This is two different. And then when you put it beside those verses that talking about pharaohs, that this punishment was the punishment of Pharaoh. Let me see, 533. Okay, so chapter 7, verse 124. Pharaoh says, I will certainly cut off your hands and feet on opposite sides, then crucify you all. Chapter 20, verse 71. I will cut off your hands and feet from alternate sides, and I will certainly crucify you on the trunks of the palm trees. Chapter 26, verse 49. Again, magic, soon shall you come to know. I shall cut off your hands and feet on opposite sides, and shall crucify you all. So this is how you should understand that you live by sword, you die by sword. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna, kill you by sword. This what will happen to you because of your action. So if you don't live by God's command, which is love one another, love your neighbors as you love yourself, be mercy to each other, forgive. The pleasure you get in forgiveness, you never get in revenge. So if you don't live by Allah's command, by God's command, which is the command of God for me in the battlefield, is that when I capture the enemy, I have to feed them. I have to treat them well. And either I have to release them as a favor or I have to ransom them. That's my duty. My duty is not to crucify them or harm them. Okay? So let me see. Moji, did you think about starting a branch of MEK in Sweden to promote the ideas abroad too? My dear sister, we have a branch, not a branch, we have an office everywhere in Sweden, in France, in Germany, in many European countries, in USA, in Canada. So I don't need to start myself because we have already. The question is, why did any Islamic scholar correct them? Why didn't? Yeah, correct them and quoted the verse as it's written. Because you don't need, the verse should be the way it's written, okay? You cannot change the verse. So the interpretation should explain, as there are scholars who are, explaining the true interpretation today, okay? I hope that you get it now, because many of these scholars, they are a bunch of businessmen, and they don't want to go, against the main stream, because they don't care, they don't want to, get fight and so on. Let me see. I met Moji in Sweden when he and MEK collected signatures and support against the Iranian regime. You met me, Alik? I don't remember. Maybe you didn't tell me that. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, where did the signature go afterward? Yeah, the signature, we sent these signatures to, Parliament, United Nations, such places, to say that, yes, all these people are against Iranian regime, and you have to recognize our fight against this regime. Let me see in private chat. I have seen, and that's normal Muslim reaction. Just ask Moji. I don't know. Okay, Hourglass. Okay, that was between you and Hourglass. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, you can play that long clip, about 2 minutes only.
2 minutes. Yeah, which part? Which minute?
The first 2 minutes. The first 2 minutes.
The first 2 minutes. Okay, just a second.
Yes.
Let me see. Share. By the way, yesterday there was a Christian TikTok channel. Fellas, and I called. I wanted to talk to them. There was a Muslim guy was talking stupid, and I called in and I said to him, stop, talking nonsense. And anyway, later when he left, it was my turn to talk. So the moment I talked to, there was the host was quite nice guy from Hawaii, but there was 2 Arab guys, okay, Christian Arab guy. One of them was like Sam Shamoun. The moment I opened my mouth, he said, I'm going to bury you. And I right away, Falasana, I said, I'm not going to talk to you because you are already going to bury me. I said, I don't talk to people who want to bury me. Understand?
I understand.
Yes, I said,
I understand.
After 2 seconds, I opened my mouth and said, I'm going to bury you. I don't know why they are so, these people from, I have noticed that those from developing countries are quite, more violent and like that, extreme. But people
it's because maybe of the audience, maybe you had the previous speaker, maybe they were irritated because maybe, as you said, the previous speaker was talking a lot of nonsense, so maybe they expected the same thing from you. So that's why they stuck.
Because I have engaged with them, many of them, and with the moment you say that no, I don't believe in these, they say Taqiyya. I say, come on, it's not Taqiyya. I go and check my debate with David Wood, okay, and I told them that I have been going, my admin, I'm the only Dawah guy on this planet whose admin is a Christian, and I went all the way to London with Mr. Tree, who was a Christian. I was debating these extremists, and they were saying that, oh, he's a Christian agent. Look, his cameraman is a Christian, they were saying. Let me see.
Yes. That's the first.
Yeah. I just want to see these comments, and then we will play that. It was before I found this channel. I recognized you afterward. Okay, yeah, maybe I don't remember. All right. I'm Muslim. I agree, Muji, you're right. Islam is a religion of peace, but it is also a religion of justice. We can not allow people to make fun of Islam. Okay, you cannot listen. Muhammad, I read before you come the beginning. Okay, there was a guy, a Muslim, on TikTok who was angry with some people. They're mocking Islam, and he was using bad words. So I shared with him several verses of the Quran that says, patient, if they talk bad about Islam, just leave, okay? And finally, he said that you are right, okay? So you have to be patient. If you don't like it, just leave, all right? And if it is on your channel, if they, people have been talking bad about Islam many times on my channel, but I have been patient with them and I have explained, okay, I have changed them, all right? So you don't have to, don't allow in which way you will shut their mouth, okay, or you beat them, how you do that. We don't have to do that. We can talk, we can argue with people. That's the best way, brother, all right? Because peace is that. Allah says in chapter 60, verse 8, Allah does not forbid you from those who do not fight you because of your religion and expel you from your home, from being righteous towards them and act justly. Allah loves the doors of good, okay? So Falasana is not fighting me. He's not expelling me from my home. So I have to be just to him and act justly, okay? Righteous to him and act justly. All right. So I disagree with him. He does disagree with me in many things, but we discuss. Okay. Is that school advertisement to the right? Alcohol advertisement. Yeah, perhaps because now I'm in Estonia. Yeah. So YouTube is Estonian YouTube. That's why here is okay. I think to the. Okay, Ms. K, yeah. Swedish government to condemn Iranian regime. I can't remember. So I think to the Swedish government. I didn't understand, Alika. Swedish government is quite, moderate towards Iranian regime, Alika. Swedish government, it was several years ago. The entire Swedish government, the only prime minister was a man. The entire government, they were women. They were in Iran. They had headscarf, and they were like this towards these terrorist mullahs, like beggars. And it was terrible, Alika. Okay. Anyway, so I play now this one. First 2 minutes, yeah?
Yes, first 2 minutes.
Do you think this sort of academic scholarship and also its increasing accessibility to lay believers will affect or influence the continued development of Salafi or post-Salafi thought?
That is a very difficult question because it's very sensitive and because there's no easy answer and because we are witnessing this in live time. It's a very difficult question. It is a question that I myself am grappling with at a personal level, at a believing level, and as an academic, and as a preacher and teacher. Without a doubt, studying Islam in the madrasa and then studying in the academy has shaped me. And I've spoken about this in a lot more detail. I have a lecture online, if you're interested. It's called Between the Madrasa and the Academy. And I go over and I highlight that there's good and bad in both. And one of our problems is that most people in the madrasa and most people in the academy are refusing to acknowledge the good of the other. And they only concentrate on the negatives of the other. And as somebody who's lived in both and is still involved to this day in both, I still attend, AMJA conferences I'm presenting and the other conferences I attend, and I still present papers, and I just published a book. This is my monograph. Had I still been in the academy, this would have got me my professorship. Alhamdulillah, I don't need to do that. I resigned. I resigned because of the pressure in the academy. I resigned because I can't speak about Israel in the academy. I resigned because my morality is subjugated to public opinion and polls. I can't preach in the mosque if I'm a member of the academy. My preaching of the mosque will impact my position in the academy. That's nonsensical to the academy, but that is the reality, right? So I am not a fan of creating animosity between these two strands. I actually believe it is important that both of them recognize that each one has much to offer the other. And I speak as somebody who's traversed both of them and respects both of them. There are also areas where we're going to have to agree to disagree. And we should be brave enough to just acknowledge it and move on. The origin of the Quran is one of them. I am a Muslim. When I'm preaching and teaching, I will use the Quran as evidence. End of story. When I'm presenting an academic paper, I understand for my audience, the Quran is not an evidence. I understand this. Doesn't mean I don't believe it in my life, but I will not then use it in the same way. And I'll become third person. Well, the Quran states this. Whereas, in a lecture, I'll say, Allah says. It's the same thing, but how you phrase it and the utilization is going to be slightly different. So in some areas, we're going to have to agree to disagree. As you're aware, and I think you have in your channel interviewed such people as well. Many of
it was finished or?
He has not spoken about the hadith. Maybe you can just extend it for about 5 minutes. Then, once he makes his remark, then you might understand.
Discuss the origin of the Quran, right? Of like the parallels of other, like the Alexander story, other stories, right? And their goal here, even if it's not explicit, is very clear. Their goal is to illustrate that the Prophet ﷺ was very crafty, very ingenious, that he tapped into all of these legends and then he constructed the Quran, right? That is an inherent bias of the Western Academy because they're refusing to acknowledge the theological presumption that we have. And that is, the Quran is inspiration from Allah. I believe this. And therefore, that type of talk will just not resonate with me because I'm not. So we have to agree to disagree. Hadith is another area. We're going to have to agree to disagree. There is no, now I hope there is, but as of yet, as somebody who's my undergraduate was in the College of Hadith. So I specialize.
Okay, can we stop there? Stop there, man.
It is said, and I'm not just saying.
Okay, now here is something that he has to be careful of. He's making two distinctions and he's saying that they are parallel. No, they're not. He is saying that in academia will be over here and Islamic madrasa will be over here. He's saying that these two cannot agree when it comes to Quran because they start from a different presupposition. The presupposition over here for the Muslims is this is eternal. The Quran is eternal. Therefore, it is not at all controlled by man. Man cannot manipulate it. Man cannot accrete it or delete it or corrupt it. That's their position. That's their where their starting base. On academia, he's saying they don't start from that presuppositional base. Therefore, they will never accept the eternality of it. So therefore, everything is open to criticism. And if it's man-made, it's no longer eternal. So you can see that is true, and that is a problem. And he's aware of that.
You can forward it.
But he is assuming
ground. And historical critical method and isnad analysis are two diametrically opposed ways of looking at early Islam and reports, and I don't find much commonality between them as of yet. Obviously in small areas there, but overall, two diametrically opposed epistemologies. That having been said, therefore, one will have to navigate the religious side of things if you are a believing Sunni, Hadith believer, in different epistemology. And when you are arguing in the academic world, you'll have to use a different epistemology. So in some areas, there's good, healthy overlap. In some areas, we'll politely agree to disagree. And in some areas, they're diametrically opposed. This is my preliminary analysis, and I would love to be proven wrong. And I would love for somebody to come and say, no, you are absolutely incorrect. And we can prove hadith via the historical critical method. And this is how we do it. And I would literally thank that person and be the first to buy the book and love to see it. As of yet, though, I'm a little bit pessimistic and I don't see there to be much of a commonality. So we're going to have to simply say, if you believe in that the Sunnah has been preserved by the Hadith, you're going to have to follow a certain epistemology, a certain paradigm. And if you are, like, as you're aware, and you're an academic channel, right? You're well aware, nobody in the academy affirms the Muslim Sunni science of Hadith. Nobody. It is considered to be completely discredited. I'm just being factual. I'm describing. I'm not saying which one is right or wrong. I'm just saying, like Harold Motsky and others are going to say, well, we can say that some hadith definitely go back to some tabi'un. That's like the math.
I think I understand what he's going to say. He's going to say that you cannot prove that the hadith goes back, to the Prophet. Is that you understand?
Yeah, that's the point. The whole reasoning. The more you, as you said previously, that there are so many hadiths, 3,000, and normal human logic also dictates that nobody would have memorized all of those. There's a lot of fabrication. That's what he's saying. That's why he's saying historically it cannot be proven. You see, because most likely these are just false fabrication. So that's why I was trying to challenge. I came here with a challenge that try to do research for yourself. You're the Muslim, you follow the hadith. I think hadith, I don't know what what contains there. I don't know the consequence. If today, to say, for argument's sake, today you became a Quran only Muslim, I don't know what would be the repercussions of that or something. Maybe you can trace so that whatever you believe in, maybe you might have been thinking that it comes from the Prophet, but maybe the Prophet is a, I mean, what can I say? Is a, what can I say? I'm lacking the English word. Maybe it's the Bigfoot. The Americans use someone like Bigfoot, someone that maybe cannot be proven, but maybe Muhammad is the Bigfoot of Islam, someone you cannot trace back to. So maybe you do your own research. I don't know. You are the ones who...
No, you mean that maybe Prophet Muhammad didn't exist or what?
Probably those, I don't know the consequence. Supposing you understand, without the hadith, can you understand the Quran without the hadith?
All right. No, anyway, so look, I mean, Falasana, there are people who say Moses didn't exist, Jesus didn't exist. So people can say whatever they want, okay? But there are enough evidence, okay, to prove us that Moses existed, Jesus existed, Prophet Muhammad existed, okay? So now, what he was trying to say is that you cannot trace back, certain hadith, I don't know, all hadiths trace back. You cannot prove 100% that it comes from Prophet Muhammad. But, okay? But my argument... my argument is that whatever, is it coming from Prophet Muhammad, coming from a companion of Prophet Muhammad? First of all, I understand the wisdom behind the words, that it cannot have come from anyone except Prophet Muhammad or closest companion of Prophet Muhammad. Okay, and like the pleasure you get in forgiveness, you never get in revenge. This is, you know, when was it? 2 weeks ago, we were talking to that Aladdin, okay, and about stoning, and I said that Jesus said, "The one who has no sin cast the first stone," and he was saying, "No, I can prove you that's a fabricated verse." Okay, and I have said, Falasana, to Martin, that logic says that it cannot have come from anyone except Jesus. Okay, now you believe that he's Son of God. I believe that he was prophet of God, but this is something that comes from either a prophet of God or God himself directly. And this wisdom, okay, that you cannot talk to these people, these barbarians who want to stone a human being. Okay, you cannot tell them that this is barbaric. You come with such a beautiful, okay, solution, you know, to put a barrier in front of them, that the one who has no sin cast the first stone. So there are certain things that I can say that these cannot have come from a normal, you know, human being 1400 years ago, 2000 years ago, 3000 years ago. So these things that I believe are coming from Prophet Muhammad. And there are other things that, you know, like, for example, Prophet Muhammad say Muslim is the one that people are saved from his mouth and his hands. Okay. So this is, even if there was a scholar who said, or a companion who said, that's beautiful. That's nice. I agree with that. Okay. These Al-Qaeda, ISIS, you know, Taliban, these people who go and harm people, these are not Muslims. It doesn't matter how much they pray. Quran says, chapter, what is it? Let me see what I was going to say about, chapter 107, that Quran says, woe to those who pray, yet they are not mindful of their prayer, and they don't give the minimum aid, okay? So their prayer is worthless. So it doesn't matter what you believe in. It is your deed that is important, okay? So these things are beautiful. And you know, Falasana, I have said it many times, okay? I follow anything beautiful, rational from anyone, okay? Anybody. So sometimes
my question to you will be, why don't you follow this Mehdi guy? I don't know who came Mehdi or something. This guy who claims to have been comes after Muhammad. This guy, I don't know his name.
The guy who said, I'm Mehdi.
Supposing he comes up with some good verses, some say helping them. Why don't you follow?
No, you look. The thing is that, what is it? I haven't heard anything from him. What he was saying is nonsense. Okay, and
what was he saying specifically that made you think that whatever he's saying is nonsense?
No, not whatever. I haven't heard anything from him. But the moment he said that I'm Mahdi, you know, I realized that he's, you know, he has some problems. Okay, he's a charlatan. Okay, so I don't follow charlatans.
What made you say that word? There's something that made you.
Okay, yes, because I know that Mahdi doesn't exist. Okay, there is no such a thing.
Knowledge.
Yes,
that knowledge of Mahdi. Where do you get that? Where do you get that? That something like Mahdi does not exist. Where?
Yeah, I get it, and I get it from this rational thinking that if God was going to send us the Messiah, somebody who's going to, because Mahdi is not a messenger. I know who is Mahdi. Okay,
Mahdi what is Mahdi?
Mahdi is the Messiah of Islamic Messiah. Okay, but not a messenger. Okay, because even Jews, they are waiting for a Messiah to come and save humanity. Christians, I think they wait for Jesus to come and save humanity, judge everybody, and so on. So to create a peaceful, loving world. So Muslims are also waiting for a Messiah called Mahdi, that he comes and save the humanity and so on. So this is Mahdi, and I know what is Mahdi, what is the concept of Mahdi. And I know that it doesn't make sense that if God was going to send somebody, a Superman, I've said it many times, to save humanity, he would have sent that Superman thousands of years ago, okay? Second World War, First World War, but not when we are, Falasan, I have said to you before as well, that I think you have heard, if Mahdi fall from the sky in the middle of Stockholm, okay, Sweden, and say, hey, I have come to save you, Mahdi or Messiah or whoever have come to save you, people will say, excuse me, you should come 100 years ago, 200 years ago. We don't have much problem now. We don't need you, okay? So that's in that way, either God is crazy, okay, and he doesn't understand that he should have sent this Mahdi long before, or people don't understand that Mahdi is just a message that there is a way out, fella. But who is going to get out of this jungle is us. The message is there, okay? The guidance is there, how to get out of this jungle. So it is us, it is me who have to preach it. It is you and others who have to preach it, okay? And we have to get everybody, to accept it. And then, so that they accept that, yes, this jungle is not a place that we have to live in. We have to live in a world where God wants us to live, in a human world where we share everything, we love one another, and we share everything with each other. We don't kill each other, we don't hate each other. So that's us, and that's the reason that God created us, that we do it ourselves by His guidance. He have sent us the guidance. It is now our job to do it. And there is things in the Quran that Allah says in many places that why you don't do this, why you don't do that, why you don't fight. Okay, He wants us to do it. If He was going to do it Himself, then He wouldn't create us. He would keep us, in a paradise, kind of paradise, not send us here on this, put us on this planet so that we kill one another. This is a test that we do it ourselves. Okay.
What I can say, that Mahdi or the Messiah of Islam came in Christianity, and that is Jesus Christ, who came and said,
yes, you believe in.
Let me give you the message. Let me give you the message that he said, and I will compare it to what Prophet Muhammad brought. Jesus came and said, love your enemy. Prophet Muhammad said, fight those who fight you. That's true. You can see we have we have war between Iran and Israel. I think so. I'm not quite vastly. There's war. That's because people are retaliating. Either I don't know. I've seen free Palestinians. The Palestinians are fighting with somebody else. I'm not sure if you can correct me. Is it Israel or what?
Yeah, Palestinians
are fighting maybe Israel. This war can't end.
Yeah.
This war will never end if one of the sides decides to love one another. When Jesus says love your enemy, this war can only end if either one of the sides decides to love his enemy. But if you follow the Quran, fight those who fight you. Today Palestine will send a missile to Israel. Israel will retaliate. You see? And this war will never end. That's why I choose to follow Jesus, because he has the solution. And the solution is loving one another. Loving also your enemy.
Yeah. But
that's my message to you.
Yes. But Fala, there is a source, that let me see. Salam alaikum, Sayyid. All right. So there is a source, Fala, that guide people to hate one another and kill one another. Okay. And so as long as that source exists, religion call it Satan. Okay. And I call it this capitalist system. All right. So as long as this system exists, people they try to get richer and richer. For example, Fala, those who produce weapons in USA and Russia and China, okay, for selling it, they need fight. They need war. They don't care the minimum about Jesus, love one another, you know. They don't care at all. They want to get richer and richer. Do you know, Falasana, these are important to know, okay? And these are not comparison. Wait, these are not comparison theories. Go and watch. There is a movie called JFK. Kevin Costner played it, played that movie. That those who killed JFK, U.S. president, they killed him because he was going to make peace in Vietnam. Okay, so because he wanted to make peace in Vietnam, and those who produce weapons and sell it to the American army, they would lose $100 billion a year. That's why they wanted the fight continue. So this fight in Israel as well has all of it is about, and I played where Joe Biden was saying that we need Israel. If Israel didn't exist, we should create an Israel. So it doesn't have anything to do with religion or anything. It was a base for USA. So these people don't care about message, love, and so on. All they care about is their interest. So the best way to make them love one another is to get rid of the source so that they cannot become richer, okay, by selling drugs, producing and selling drugs, producing and selling cigarettes, producing and selling alcohol, producing and selling weapons, and corruption, human trafficking. They kidnap and they do whatever to bring women from different countries to Western countries and so on. This human trafficking is also $150 billion industry. So these are the source the source is the capitalist system that allows people and encourages them, not only allow them, but encourages them that if you do this, if you produce and sell drugs, you become rich. If you produce and sell cigarettes or weapons, you become rich. Okay, so this is an encouragement. If you go and rob this bank, you become rich. Or women, if you sell your body, you get money. All this comes from that system. And I know that even God, you are no one. I am no one, Falasana. Even God tell them love one another. They don't care.
People don't listen. Let me
they don't listen. Why?
as
Because Mark Fala, they don't listen because there is something else that take them away, which is the Satan, and Satan is this system. Okay, even we have to create a world that even they want to become richer by killing others, they cannot. There is no that possibility. Okay, you cannot sell weapons. You cannot sell drugs because money doesn't exist. Everything is shared equally. Okay, you cannot produce and sell drugs even if you want. Nobody will buy it. Okay, you cannot produce and sell.
You know something. One of as a Christian, one of the commandments that we are given. I'm sure maybe in the Quran you don't have. Is there any commandments in the Quran? One of the commandments, the first commandment is you shall not worship other gods but me, the true God. People worship money more than anything. They will do anything to get this money. And to eradicate money is I don't think even you can eradicate it. It's beyond us. It's only God who can solve. Who can solve that?
Yes. Look. I cannot do that, but humanity can do that. And as I said beginning, we have to just preach and bring them on board. Okay, and when we become majority, then majority can get rid of it. For example, when majority want Swedish system becomes social democracy, okay, it is social democracy is better than pure capitalism. All right, the gap is closer. than in USA, in India, for example, that some people die from hunger, some people have $150 billion. Okay, like that guy, I don't know if you follow these things, that richest man in Asia, his son wedding costed over $600-700 million. Okay, so in Sweden, people have voted for social democracy, and the gap is closer. We don't have poor, we don't have that rich. Okay, so if majority of
Where I
people,
come from, where I come from, it's totally opposite. In Sweden, whatever you said that the difference between the rich and the poor is quite small. Where I come from, it's
small, but smaller. Yes, closer,
closer. Yes, where I come from, the difference is so big, so big.
Yeah. Where you come from? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Where I come from.
Yeah, I know.
It's so big.
Yeah, I know, Falasana. I said even in India, in many places, India, people die. Some people dying of hunger, and some people like that guy, his son's wedding $700-800 million. So in Sweden, they take more tax from those who are richer and give it to those who have no job or need and other things. So slowly, first step is this, Falasana. First step is that we all countries on this planet get this system. After that, we have to close the gap slowly until there is no gap at all. We get rid of that system totally. It takes time. If you said to people in Sweden 100 years ago about such a system, nobody would believe you. They would say, "Oh, come on, it's not possible." Okay, but today we see. Today we see.
I'm telling you haven't. It's because in your country you haven't met the real corrupt people. The real corrupt people who control the economy. I'm telling you, they'll retaliate.
No, Falasana, wait. When people get education, okay, it's not about some people will stop it. It is the system, democratic system doesn't allow, okay, they get exposed. For example, there was a woman, a politician in Sweden who wanted to become prime minister, and she had used the government's account for some of his her private trips, and she had paid back even. And when she wanted to become prime minister, they revealed it, and she couldn't become prime minister. So when it is democracy, then all these people get exposed, and there is law. They are, if they have done something wrong, the government, the law take them, and the law and the government are separate, and so on. So these systems are pretty good. They are not perfect, but they are pretty good, much better than your country, Middle East, and entire Africa, Latin America, everywhere. So slowly, first we get to this system in the world, all countries, and then from that we close the gap slowly. It takes time, and that's a promise in the Quran, by the way, Falasana. Okay, God has promised that finally my righteous people will rule and inherit the planet. And that's why we are created, Falasana. It's going to happen. That's a promise, okay? Because that's why we are created. We were not created to live in this jungle, and live like animals, and then the world end. No, that wasn't the reason. The reason was that we come here as animals and live in this jungle, but God guide us to live in a human world where we share everything with each other, we love one another, okay? And then after that, his plan, I don't know, maybe he wants us to achieve, go to different universes and so on, or maybe after that, he will finish the world, I don't know. But whatever, we have to reach that promise.
Let me read you the solution where I found. I'm going to read you from the Bible. It's in the book of Matthew chapter 6 verse 19 to 21. It says, "Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on the earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither the moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, their heart will be also. So, as I read this verse, Jesus is telling me not to keep my eyes on the worldly things, not to store my riches on earth, because people will come and steal. It will rust, and it will fade away. I should store my riches in heaven, where preferably I will go, because now Jesus is now testing the heart. You have a heart that is giving, but other people have heart that their main purpose is to steal from others, to get rich. You can't solve that using a system. The system can't solve what the heart does. It's only God who can solve the heart, because let me as you have seen some from your various interactions, maybe when you disagree with your fellow colleague Muslim, you see the reaction. They try to kick you, they try to block you. That is something that is within them. You as Muji can't solve that problem. You might try to apply force, but force isn't the solution. It's something that has to come from within. Like you. I'm saying, like, yes, you never apply force. It's because it comes from within your heart. From your heart, that's where you can be able to share. You see, you can be able to assist the poor. That comes from inside you. There's no system that can correct that. I believe the only system that can do is God.
Inshallah. I just have to answer this question. Okay. Let me see. What do you think is going to happen to the Palestinian Muji? All right. I think actually this is beyond my understanding. I mean, my knowledge, better say, because Israel now wants to eliminate them, and Israel is quite powerful. Okay. And Trump is even 2 days ago, I think, French President said Sarkozy, it's Macron. He said he want to recognize Palestine as a country. Okay, so to recognize and make it two-state solution. And Trump said that, oh, he's a good guy, but I don't know. He was saying that it's a dream, something like that. I mean, he rejected the idea. Okay, so Trump and Israel, somehow they both want to get rid of Palestinian, at least in Gaza. They want to, it's a ethnic cleansing, unfortunately, by mass starvation. They are committing war crime. They want to somehow kill all of them or send them out so that they take Gaza. And I don't know what will happen. Who can stop them? Okay, it looks like that the way they took this much land from Palestinians looks like that they are going to take the entire land from them, unfortunately. So I don't know what to say unless Europe somehow help. Russia is busy with Ukraine. Okay, so they cannot, and China doesn't care either. Right? Yes. Assalamu alaikum, Syed.
Yes, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
How are you, inshallah?
I'm good, brother. I can make a comment about the Palestinian. I'm writing a book about that too. Okay.
Yes, inshallah.
Yeah, I'm almost finished. Just editing left. So I'm gonna publish within month. So I'm gonna publish a book about the Palestinian. Okay.
Yes.
What gonna happen? Yeah, is Palestine gonna be free? Now European joining with Macron. They will join one by one. England will join next.
I said yes. I said say it as well. That I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's see, because USA, unfortunately, USA is too powerful. Okay.
Yeah. I understand that.
Yes, and I don't know. He said Trump said that no, this is not going to happen. And,
no, Trump is a temporary president. He's not a permanent.
I know. He's temporary. So far, I think yeah. But I think that he has 3 more years. Okay.
Yeah.
And
he's not a. He can change his mind anytime.
Yeah. But
next week he's gonna say, yeah, we will make a.
Maybe, hopefully, yeah. But I think by that time, at least they are going to take Gaza. Okay, if they cannot take West Bank, but at least they might take Gaza, and
who's gonna take? Who's gonna take?
I mean Israel.
No, they cannot. What they're gonna do?
I mean, they are killing the entire population, starving them.
Yeah, but if they continue to do that, then European British have a responsibility to bomb Israel.
Come on, Sayed, don't be naive.
You think they're gonna kill 2 million? 2 million people.
No, look, Sayed, British are not going to send a single.
So they're gonna watch. They're gonna watch it. As
I told you.
They are together. Their interest is,
Yeah, but they are not gonna watch 2 million.
Side. Solution is not.
I have to say they have been watching so far that Israel has killed how many thousand? Over nearly 100,000 people. So they will watch. They will watch.
200,000-300,000 people died.
Yeah. So they will watch the rest die. So unfortunately, let's see. So they will watch.
No. Let me tell you what's the reality is. They're not gonna watch all the Gaza be killed, okay? Because they will. This sin gonna be upon the European white Christian. This sin belong to the white Christianity, okay? The genocide is happening in the Gaza is belong to white Christianity. Genocide done by the white Christian. They supply weapon, bombs, name of Jesus. Jesus is love. All those bullshit they're selling, or they're killing people. So Christianity is a killer religion. Nobody should follow that.
No, say it. Don't say like that.
Okay.
Christianity. Look, there are Quran says
white Christianity is a killer.
No, say it. Wait.
Brown Christianity is good. Brown Christianity is good. White Christianity is evil.
No. Say it. Don't be racist either. Okay.
No, but they are the responsible of what's happening in the Gaza.
No, it is not. No.
They are supplying. They are supplying a bomb to kill, starvation.
Sayed, we were talking now about the source. The source is not Christianity or
source is who support support Israel? Who gave the bomb to Israel?
Okay,
the white Christian, Zionist Christian, the white Christian supplied the bomb to Gaza.
Say it. It is exactly the way non-Muslims say blame Islam for what ISIS and Taliban and Ayatollahs of Iran they do. It is the same way you are claiming. Wait, Sayed, wait. Those people who are doing this, they don't care about Christianity. They don't care about their own people even. I was saying that when John F. Kennedy, U.S. president, wanted to stop the war with Vietnam, okay, then they killed him because they were selling $100 billion weapon to U.S. Army every year, okay? So they didn't care about 57,000 American soldier get killed in Vietnam. They didn't care about that. They don't care about Christianity. When they go and make coup d'etat in Chile and bring down their democratic elected prime minister or president, Salvador Allende, and they bring a dictator in power, that dictator Pinochet, who killed 3,000. they are Christian. These people are Christian. So these people who do that, they don't care about Christians and Christianity. All they care about is money. Okay, so it is not Christianity. It is those who are in power, like Facebook. I don't now today is Facebook. Before was those weapon cartels, oil cartels, and so on. These people, they rule the planet. They are, and they don't care about like exactly the same way that the sheikhs, those rich Muslim countries, the head of those Muslim countries, they don't care about Islam. They care about their, their interest, and nothing will stop it unless we get rid of the source. Okay, so anyway, it is, you cannot, Quran says not all of them are alike. Of the people of the book are a portion, a portion that stand for the right. So there are good Christians, and there are Christians, okay,
brown
like
Christian
Muslims.
Brown Christian are good.
Now again, don't say brown. Say it. Look, say it. This is
Christian are good.
No, you say sometimes, very strange things, because there are lots of white, okay, Christians.
Yeah, some of them.
Yes,
some of white Christian are good.
Yes, so don't say white or brown. Don't do like this. Okay?
You see, evangelical Zionist Christian are white Christian, not black. Okay. Black are not Zionist Christian.
Okay,
white
there are
Zionist Christian.
Definitely, there are black Zionists also.
No.
Okay, there are black. There are black Zionist Jews also. They are living in Israel.
I'm not talking about Jew. I'm not talking about Jew. I'm talking about Christian. Zionist, white Christian.
Okay. Anyway, I have to answer. There was a question here. Okay, I have to answer this. Why did so many Muslims lie that there is only one Quran miraculously preserved, and only after we found out that that's not true, they started to talk about the holes? Okay, those who talk about holes in narrative and such things, they don't know anything, because Quran has been preserved 100%. Okay, and I have proven this. If you haven't heard, because it was preserved, by the companion of the Prophet. Said, I mute you. There are sometimes some noises. Okay, so because it was preserved by the companion of the Prophet, so they came with fabricated hadiths. Because they wanted to enter verses in the Quran. So 200 years later, they came up with fabricated hadiths that there was a verse of stoning adulterers, but was eaten by a goat. Okay, so Quran was preserved. What I need to know is a guidance to me. Okay, has been preserved perfectly, dot by dot. Okay, everything that I need to know for my guidance has been preserved perfectly. Okay, and I can prove you if you want. He has a point. The evangelical movement in the US trying to accelerate the final days by fulfilling. Okay, so I understand. I know that there are some, bad Christians who have stupid ideas and they want to do these things. Like there are some stupid Muslims also who want to, the same way by oppressing people, they want to bring Mahdi. Okay, we have such Muslims as well, by oppressing, killing people. Anyone who does not love does to not know God, because God is love. Okay, good. Let me see. Get out of the stupid evil cult. Perfect down. If you are going to be disrespectful, okay, I don't like that. You can say your words nicely, okay, brother. Don't say like this. Don't serve lies and evil anymore. Break free, man, if you can. This, okay, you call it cult, has made me a much better person. Okay, and I don't know if you ever can call in and talk to me with what you disagree. Hey, it is Keegan. Hello, Keegan, my brother. Salama Mashi. let me see. Okay. Anyway, so I wish that once you call in, and Falasana also, stay to your love your enemies, do good to those who hate you. Okay, bless those who curse you. Pray for those who abuse you. Okay. Quran says also, repel evil in the best manner and be patient. Okay. Okay. So anyway, I hope that you can once you can call in and talk to me about those things that you disagree in the Quran. Okay. Yes. So Sayed.
Yeah, brother. I will believe is European gonna push for Palestine.
I hope. Yeah, I hope.
Yeah,
so.
they
I
want
wish,
to do that.
I wish.
Yeah, they have no choice but to push for Palestine statehood.
Yes. I have to say this. Sorry, wait. I have to say something. Wait. But brother, it was honest. Okay, perhaps it was honest, but you should, say it in a more respectful way. Not me trying.
Yeah, I'm respectful. I'm telling those.
No, I'm not talking to you. No, I'm not talking to you. No. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to this comment.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he said stupid call. So God bless. See you. Yes. God bless you too, brother. Please call in next time if you can, and talk to me and see what is your disagreement with Islam, and why you think that's a cult. If I follow the beautiful commands of a religion that tells me, be patient, forgive. The pleasure you get in forgiveness, you never get it in revenge. All these things, to be respectful to you, to others, to be just to you and others. I don't know what is the problem. Yes, say it now.
Yeah. Israel, what he has done in Gaza, but that's all he can do. He cannot go more than go and kill all 2 million Gaza people. He cannot do that.
Yes, they try. The thing is that they are killing them day by day, and they're trying to send them out of Gaza to Egypt. I don't know. I mean,
Egypt not gonna take them.
No, they are not going to take them. I know.
Yeah,
and of course, some people say why Egypt doesn't take them. They are Muslims, and I have said that if they go to Egypt, they can never come back. This is exactly what Israel wants.
If
they go to Egypt.
That's their plan.
Yes, their plan is that they go to Egypt, and Israel take Gaza as long as Palestine. Yes, as long as
the starvation. The purpose of starvation is to make them to run away from Gaza. That's the main purpose of starvation.
So, I know.
Yeah. So what gonna happen is European Union is gonna push Israel to make a two-state solution. If Israel does not do that, then they're gonna put the sanction on Israel, total blockade. America have no choice but to join the European. They have no choice.
I hope they do something. Okay, let me see. How do you know Allah is the true God? Yahweh, the Father of Israel. Okay. How do I know Allah is the true God? Allah is God. Okay. There is no difference between Allah is not Ganesha. Allah is not Krishna. Allah in Arabic means God. Okay, the Creator. And I believe that there is a God. I believe that God sent us prophets to guide us, okay, to the truth, to guide us to a better world. Just a moment. To guide us to a better world. And he sent different prophets, and he gave them a message, not one message to all of them. Little by little, he expanded, he made it more complete with the next messenger, and then he completed absolute completion with Prophet Muhammad, the last one. Okay, so that's why God, I mean, when you say Allah, it is a little bit strange that you think that that's a different God. Okay, that's the same God of Moses, Jesus, Prophet Abraham, and other prophets. Okay, so let me see. EU, in this case, EU is too weak to truly project itself in geopolitics. I think so. That's what I have said. But Sayed is very, very.
They're gonna sanction Israel if Israel does not accept. They're gonna put 100% sanction on Israel until they accept it.
They told you?
That's what they have to do. Otherwise,
look. Your wish is different to what European can do and want to. Okay, if USA already was going to put I don't know 50% tariff on them, and they were very, very afraid. I mean, they didn't like at all Trump get to power because they knew that Trump is against their interest. Okay, and so let's see how strong they are against Donald Trump. Let me see. But the God of Israel and of Jesus is the Father, is Allah the Father. Listen, Freddie, that's your belief, okay? That he's the Father or whatever. It is not Jews' belief, okay? It is not our belief. He's the Creator. Jews don't believe in what you say, all right? They believe that he's God, he's the Creator. You can call it Father, Mother, whatever, okay? But it is the same God that sent Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, Abraham, and all other prophets, peace be upon them.
And right? For father means it's applied. God is a male. Mm-hmm. So God is technical is not a male. Okay. So you call him God a father, or you can call God a mother.
Look, I said doesn't matter how they call it. Okay, you can call it whatever you want, but this is the same God that created the universe that we believe in. All right, and the message is important. Okay, that's the message which is important, not his gender, not his name. Why do you think we have so many religions? Okay, look.
In Quran, religion is designed by Allah. Many religions exist in this world. It is in Allah. Allah made it like a Judaism, Christianity. It is from will of Allah.
Yeah, but there are other religions like Hinduism, Buddhism.
Yes, they are all religion from God, Allah.
No, Hinduism is from God.
Look, they are from God, but they are corrupted.
Yeah. So you mean Hinduism? What was their prophet that they corrupted?
It doesn't matter what we know, but it is from Allah. But they are they have been corrupted, Christianity from Allah, right? But later on, they corrupted. They make Jesus as a God.
No, say it. We know that there was a book came by teachings, okay, whatever, by Moses. There was a teaching by Abraham. There was a teaching by Jesus, by Prophet Muhammad. But Mayans, Incas, Greeks, Egyptians, Hindus, they don't have any person, because they had heard about existence of God, and they started to write their own scriptures, okay, and their own understanding, their own things in those books. All right. So these are not a religion, Abrahamic religion. For example, say Zarathustra or Zarathustra from Persia. That's also a religion of Abrahamic religion, because everything is similar to Abrahamic religion. There was a prophet called Zarathustra 5,000 years ago, and he had a book. He believed in hell and heaven. He believed in the end, and all these things. Okay, so those religions that have this criteria, they are Abrahamic. If they don't have this criteria, they are just imagination of the people.
Okay,
right?
okay. Brother Mujib, do you believe Allah sent a messenger to every people, Hindu, to Incas, to Greek, whatever? Does Allah say give message to them, messenger to them?
Okay. Did Noah go to pagans? I don't know. They were Hindu or whatever. They were pagans. Those people that Noah went to them. Those people that Abraham went, his father, they were also pagan. They were worshiping different gods. Okay, so all messengers, they went to the pagans. Okay, Prophet Muhammad didn't go to Jews and Christians. He went to the pagan Arabs. Okay, so these messengers, they went to the pagans. They tried to change them. All right. Yes, definitely, God has sent prophet to, Egypt, to Greeks,
to Hindu,
Mayans, to Hindus as well. Yes, but to Hindus as well. But there is no any scripture from those prophets that have been sent to them. Gita is not from a prophet of God. Okay.
No, I'm not saying Gita is from Allah, but so, Allah sent messenger to Hindus, and they later on their message have become corrupted.
Yeah, but anyway, there is nothing in that book that says that, anything that I can say this is from God. Give me a single message in their book.
Do not read. I think you do not read Hindu scripture correctly. If you read, there is a things in Hinduism. There is a one God.
Okay, so listen. There is one God like Krishna, and there are millions of gods who are helping God. Okay?
This is a corruption. Yeah, just like in Christianity. Christianity believes in one God, but there is a Trinity. Trinity is a corruption of Christianity.
Okay, but listen, but the message is there. Okay.
Yeah, same thing with the Hinduism.
In Hinduism, okay. So wait. In Hinduism, give me something from the message of God or whatever, whoever was the prophet. We don't even know the name of that prophet. Okay.
No, we don't know.
That came to Hindus. But look, give me a message in Gita that was said, for example, that Zarathustra, okay, that I said in Persian religion, he had three messages: good thoughts, good deeds, and good words. Okay, these three messages was his. And there is a God, there is a hell, there is a heaven. So give me a single message from God in Gita.
Okay.
Give me one.
One is God does not have any shape. He is not like a human being.
No,
he has no shape.
I know. No, I say it. I said, give me one message in Gita that you believe that this message, like I said, for example, Zarathustra has also been corrupted. Okay, there has been added things to, but these three commands, good thoughts, good deeds, and good words, these are, I say, these are from God. Okay. That there is an end, there is hell, there is heaven in Zarathustra, that religion. So give me something in Hinduism that is from God.
Hinduism, there is one God. He has no shape. And karma, they believe in karma. If you do good, you get good. If you do evil, you get evil.
So you now. So you believe karma is from God, yeah?
Karma. Islam believe in karma. Islam believe in karma.
So Islam believe in karma?
Yeah.
Where?
If you do evil, Allah will punish you. If you do
Allah
good,
will punish you. No, say it. That's different. Allah will punish you. Where he punish you? Here or next life?
Next, he punish here and next life.
So okay, let me see. So why he didn't punish Adolf Hitler? Why he didn't punish Ayatollah Fascist Khamenei? Why he didn't? Wait. Okay. Why this Ayatollah Fascist Khamenei now? He has been killing millions of people. Why he doesn't punish him now?
Okay.
Why
I will answer you. I will answer you.
He doesn't die?
Hitler. Look, Hitler. Allah used Hitler and Churchill to destroy the European colonies.
Okay, thank you, Syed. Okay, thank you. I'm not I understood very well. If all religions came from God, then why do all religions contradict about the same God? Okay, yes. Let me see, all religions. First of all, I didn't say all religions came from God. Okay, I was just talking, so maybe it was before that I was talking. So I said Abrahamic religions came from one God. Okay, and why people contradict each other? That's people. That's not God. Okay, why Jews, for example, they disagree with you or they don't agree with you. Okay, so it is their problem, not God's problem. It's the same about other religion, Christianity and Islam, because they are not the same God. Okay, you think so? Yeah, everyone religion has their own God. Okay, so I don't know. You can believe that. So I don't know. I think you are Christian, so you believe that Jews have different God than Christians. I don't know. My question are direct to Moji. Okay. Let me see. So, okay, sorry. Let me see. These are okay. Let me see. Yeah, there are some pantheistic interpretation of Hinduism where it is all a dream of Brahma and all the other gods are just avatars. Okay, yes, there are such a things in their religions that are they make no sense at all. Like they believe in reincarnation, and they believe when you die, you come back after 12 days. If you are a bad person, you come back as a handicap or as a dog to suffer. And this is absolutely imagination of people. You know, I was going to say something, but I couldn't say it because I didn't want to disrespect them. But anyway, imagination of people of the past who didn't know that dogs today have a beautiful life. Okay, they are not suffering. They are washed. They are fed in Europe, in USA, in developed country, in many countries. They have a beautiful life. Some dogs are millionaires. You know, there was the richest dog in the world has $375 million. Is $375 million. So these people, they just saw Hindu dogs, Indian dogs are eating from rubbish. They thought that these dogs are previous, what is it, criminals. And unfortunately, that those beliefs make handicaps believe that they have done something wrong in the past, so that's why they are suffering. And that's a stupid idea, those poor people. If it can be proven that Prophet Muhammad didn't come from Mecca history, as I said, Falasana, all I care about is the message. The message is beautiful. I'm not going to, research all these things that he came. It doesn't matter. Wherever he came from the moon, or he came from USA, he came from wherever, the message is beautiful. Jews disagree with Christian because they don't follow their own scripture. Whatever, yes, whatever, they disagree. Yeah, but heaven and hell aren't real. There is no such thing as a prophet, just humans make things up. This is why there, there is many faiths. So Lasher, if there is no hell and heaven, do you think it's a just world that Adolf Hitler killed so many people and just, no problem, he died. Ayatollah Fascist Khomeini, he killed millions of people and he just died, I think, at the age of 85 or 90. He didn't suffer either like that. So is it just world that there is no justice, no, and those who sacrifice themselves for other people, okay, and didn't enjoy their life, okay, you think that they also just die, finished? That's not just, okay. And even you don't believe that God exists or not, the message is beautiful. Love one another, love your neighbors as you love yourself, give charity, forgive people. Okay, and there are many, many other messages that I don't tell you all of them now. Okay, be patient. There is no afterlife. Afterlife, it's all made up. So it doesn't matter. Be good. It's not about Lasher. It's not about afterlife. It's about this life. Okay, if you are a good person, if you do good deed, whether you want or not, you will be rewarded. If you are a bad person, you do bad deeds, whether you want or not, you will be punished. Okay, so don't think about hereafter. You want to be a bad person, you want to kill people, you want to, be an animal on this planet, live like an animal and die like an animal, or you want to live like a human being and die like a human being. Okay, so choose which one you want to do. Okay, if you live like a human being and die like a human being, so you shouldn't care that there is a afterlife or not. You shouldn't care. You just care about, okay, I want to live like a human being. My consciousness, I want to live for that. I want to live with good consciousness. Yes, you say. Let me see. Of course, it is not just Muji. This word sucks, and that's the point. And every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. This is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you heard was coming and now is in the world already. Okay, let me see. We don't live in a just world. Good people suffer just like bad people. The message might be good, but it is still a lie. Once we die, we die. That is all. That is it. Okay, so the message that says love one another. Okay, I know it's an unjust world, but we can make it just. Okay, we can. God wants us. He sent us prophets to guide us. How can we make it just? Okay, by following His command, we can make it a just world. All right. So today, the way we are living is more just than the way we were living hundreds, 200, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago. How it became like this? By God's message. Okay, His message made us better. So, for example, as an atheist, I didn't know what I know today. I wasn't the same person. I believed in capital punishment. Today, I believe in love. I believe in forgiveness. All right. So, this, and when I am a good person, when God message made me a better person, it becomes a better life place for you too. Okay. Yes. So it becomes better and more just for you too as well. All right. So follow the beautiful commands. All right. And don't worry about the rest, that God exists or doesn't exist. Is there a hell and heaven? Okay. There are plenty of evidence that God exists, plenty of them. But that's not, again, the main point. The main point is be good to others, be good to your neighbors, and, take care of orphans, give to needy, fight for oppressed, fight for justice. God doesn't care about us. If He didn't care about us, He wouldn't send prophets. We live in an indifferent world. We have to accept the truth. We can try to make a good world, but there is no afterlife. Again, I said, my brother Lasher, okay, God exists or doesn't exist? Do you want to live like a human being? Do you want to, for example, what do you think about forgiving? Or no, let's say, what do you think about a murderer? Do you think that we should kill a murderer? Because God says forgive, okay? We can be a good person. It still won't change the fact. And once we die, it is over. We might be better off being secular humanists. God doesn't love us or even know we exist. Okay, let me see. What is that? The solution that secular humanism has for our problems. I would like to know. Where comes the problems and how can we solve them? I would like to ask you, can you please call in and help me to understand it? There is the link, you just call in and I tell you what is God's solution, okay, from where comes the problems and what is his solution. So if your humanist belief or religion, first falasana, an atheist doesn't care about heaven and hell. That's why, Muji, I said your mindset is more of an atheist than a Muslim. An atheist, let me see, what was that? An atheist doesn't care about heaven and hell. Yeah, they don't care about heaven and hell. And I said that you don't have to, tell them that, oh, if you don't believe in God, you will go to hell. That doesn't help because he doesn't believe. So you have to tell him, you want to live like a human being and die like a human being, or you want to live like an animal and die like an animal. Honestly, who cares if there is an afterlife or not? Or maybe something in between. What does it change? The world is still and likely won't change soon unless we make it change. Yes, Miss K, unless we make it change, but whose solution? The way, okay, how we are going to change it. God has a solution. And I said, it doesn't matter if there is a life after or not. I'm fighting not because of life after. I'm fighting for this life so that people have a better world, better life, okay? And I know the source and I know the solution that's given by God. The source is the satanic world we are living in, the jungle system, and the solution is equality, loving and sharing everything, loving one another and sharing everything with each other. So if you have a better solution, a faster solution, my God will be more than happy that you do it because he loves us and he wants us to live in a human world, a world where we don't fight each other, we don't kill each other, okay? So anybody has the solution, a better solution, come. If you believe in the same thing that I said, that we have to get rid of this jungle and the system of the jungle, and we have to share everything with each other, you have to live equal. If you believe in that, then God's command is more strong, okay? And God has all equipment for that world, because you cannot create that world without God's solution, okay? It is impossible. me see. It is, be honest, the reason why there is war in Iran, Israel, and the middle Muslim world, why they can't get along is because of their religion. God of Abraham wants them to fight. Okay, Lasher, here you show that you don't know everything, okay? And you better study a little bit more, okay? It is not about religion. Iranian regime is a mafia terrorist regime, okay? They want to stay in power and rob the country. They have robbed the country hundreds of billions of dollars or thousands of billions of dollars. Their leader is $100 billion rich, okay? They have destroyed the country, all because they want to stay in power. They were a bunch of punks. They were working for $1 per night before the revolution. Now they are in power and they have billions of dollars in their hands. So they want to fight. And Israel also is not about religion, is about their base of US. They want to, control the Middle East. USA support Israel. It was mostly the importance of Israel was during the Cold War. Now it has lost their importance very much. That's why the Democrats, they are not so keen on supporting Israel, but conservatives, yeah, they want to still support Israel. And anyway, those who are in power in Israel, they are not religious. They don't believe in God. They are most secular. All right. So the war between Iran and Israel is more about power. It is not about religion at all. Let me see. The solution to this world problem is love, and love comes from God. If you don't have God in you, then you can't share love. Okay. Okay, but the Zionists and Muslims at war because of their religion, their hadiths that say fight them, and we have Old Testament of this fighting. Absolutely not, Lasher. You are absolutely wrong, because Iranian regime doesn't care about religion, okay? During Iran-Iraq war, they were buying weapons from Israel, okay, in black market. And when it was revealed, they said, we buy weapons from anyone we want, okay? So they don't care about religion. They support Russia. Their biggest supporter are Marxist governments like Venezuela, like Cuba, like Russia, like China, North Korea. Okay, so it is not a religious. Please, you don't know anything about that battle in the Middle East, especially Iranian regime. They don't believe in those hadiths either. Those hadiths are Sunni hadiths. Iranian regime is Shia government. Okay, they are not even believing in Shiism because they blow up their own Shia shrines. Okay, let me see. Russia and Venezuela are not Marxist though. Okay, Russia before was Soviet Union. Okay, and they were Marxist, and they are still have that trace in them. Okay, and they have been supporting Iranian regime since Soviet Union. North Korea is China. They also Cuba and Venezuela. It's a leftist government there. Okay, Hugo Chavez is a leftist government. All right. And then, yes, as I said, North Korea. I'm not wrong. We have had thousands of years of biblical war. Okay, yes, they have been abusing religion. Okay, I know that some people abuse religion for their own interest. Like Adolf Hitler couldn't abuse religion because religion was dead in Europe. That's why Adolf Hitler used nationalism. Okay, so if they can use religion for their own interest, they use religion, whether it is, Hinduism, Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, okay, or whatever. So they abuse religion. They abused religion in Europe, selling land in heaven, okay. The Abrahamic system are not good. There is bad teachers in these faith, how to enslave. I don't know. I'm not talking about other Abraham. So I'm not talking about other Abrahamic religions, but about the Quran. And in the Quran, there is no enslaving people. Okay. Okay. Now people fight in the name of religion just to satisfy their greed for power and wealth. Okay. Yes. As I said, they use everything, not only religion. If they can't use religion, they use nationalism. Jesus never fought to gain power or wealth from this world. No, Jesus didn't. Other prophets didn't either. All prophets, they fought for humanity. Okay. Yeah. So Lasher, they are not abusing it. This is what it teaches: how to enslave, how to marry women, how to control women. It is very misogynistic. All right, so I'm not talking again about other Abrahamic religions. I'm talking about Islam, okay, the Quran. There is not a single word in the Quran that says you have right to enslave people. In fact, enslaving people is a great crime. One of the biggest crimes of Pharaoh was enslaving people, okay? And about women, there is a whole chapter in Quran about women's rights in a time that women didn't have a single right, okay? Nothing. They were slave of men. So Quran has a whole chapter about women, how to treat them, how to take care of them, how to be just towards them, and giving them their rights. All right. So I'm not talking about other religions, Abrahamic religions or whatever, any other religions. I'm not responsible for what is in their books. I'm responsible for what is in my book. Okay. And if you can give me a single verse in the Quran that says enslave people, okay, then you can always call in Lasher instead writing. I don't know. It sounds like that you are in USA and it cannot be very late. And you can just can call in and have a discussion with me. Okay. I know that there are lots of misinterpretation and misunderstanding of Quranic verses, okay? All the Abrahamic religions are horrible. Read the book, Why Do Men Allowed to Have More Than One Wife, but Women Can Only Have One? How is that equal? Okay, I'm responsible for answering the Quran, okay, about Quran. In the Quran, it says that this chapter, I don't remember which verse was that about 4 wives. I don't remember, but it says that if you are afraid that being injustice towards orphans, then marry their mothers, okay, the orphans' mothers, 2s, 3s, 4s, okay. But if you are afraid that you can't be just, then marry only one, okay. And if you can't marry them, at least marry one of those your right hand possess, okay. So Quran wants men to take care of orphans by marrying their mothers, okay, but you have to be just as well. So it's not about marrying so it's not about marrying 4 wives and have sex, you know. It's about taking care of orphans. It's about helping people, all right. And then later on, I think chapter 4 verse 128, Allah says, but you never can be even if you struggle, okay. So if you can't be just between them, then don't marry them, all right. But if you want to marry them, it's just about helping them. It doesn't have anything about, you know, being having sexual, you know, how do you say it, abuse or whatever. Yeah, I can't come to the word. Yeah, it's not about a man having you know, pleasure. It's about orphans. What rights did the Quran give to women that in the previous scriptures didn't give? Okay, Quran didn't give women rights because the rights were not with the Quran. Quran got women rights. The rights were with men, with people, with husbands, okay, of 1400 years ago. 100 years ago in Europe, women didn't get a single % of inheritance, okay? They didn't have any rights. So if today feminists, they are fighting for women's rights, okay? They don't, if they get rights, okay, let's say equal salary, if they get that, you can't say that, oh, these, or let's say women get 50% salary of a man for the same job, okay? And then a feminist organization fighting and get 70%. You can't say, oh, this feminist organization gave them 70%. It's unfair. It's unfair. Excuse me. This feminist organization got them 70%. Didn't give them, got them. So Islam got women those rights, okay? I don't know about other religions, okay? I'm not again saying about other religion, all right? For example, I know that women in Europe 100 years ago didn't get a single % inheritance, while 1400 years ago, women got 50% inheritance, okay? 50%. And men, when they got 100%, they should spend it on their family. But women should keep it for themselves, okay? Even though, but anyway, because men were provider, why can't open orphanage and help them? Why can't open orphanage and help them? Whiskey, I don't understand your question very well. Can you please elaborate that? Explain. Men and women don't have equal rights. Should men have more than one in the modern world? Women can't have more than one. This isn't about helping women. It's control. Okay, come on. That's your and I explained Lasher. Okay, I said the verse says, if you cannot be just towards orphans. Okay, it is about orphans. Okay, the verses start about orphans. So marry their mothers, okay, 2s, 3s, 4s. And again says that if you cannot be just, then marry only one. Okay, so it's about justice as well. And later on, the same chapter, Allah says, you can never be just even if you struggle. Okay, so you better marry only one. And women under Sharia have less rights than non-Sharia. This is fact. That's unfortunately, that Sharia is not Quranic Sharia. Okay, in the Sharia, women are the true Quranic Sharia. Women have absolute equal rights. Okay, they have even more rights than men in many places. My question is, which verse in the Quran gives women inheritance? Yeah, there is a verse. I don't remember the verse. I can find it for you. And that gives them 50%. Not gives them again. Say, get them 50% inheritance. Okay. There's a verse that says who get how much. It's explaining about everybody in a family. Okay. And I can, if you want, I can find it. You can just Google it and find it yourself. Women don't have equal rights under Sharia in divorce. Okay, I don't know which Sharia again you are talking about and what kind of rights in divorce you are talking about. Okay, because if you are talking about sharing the wealth, then of course the situation in the past has been different. Okay, and men they were provided, they were working, so they were not giving away. Understand? And then Quran get them these rights that okay, if you divorce, you have to pay the dowry to them, so you have to give them some money. You cannot just divorce them like many people. Many places. Do you know Quran has mathematical errors in inheritance formula? You really think a word of God contains error in? I'm not a mathematician, okay, Whiskey, and I don't concentrate on this mathematical matter. Understand? So I followed the beautiful commands of the Quran and helping others, forgiving, loving, being just. Okay. So if you see something wrong in them, please then tell me. Okay. Whiskey. If you find any verse that says be unjust and to people, fella, they don't have equal rights in the point Sharia talks for women. In our Sharia, women are absolute equal. Okay. And that's a backward Sharia, which is not Islamic. Okay. In our understanding of Islam, women are absolutely equal to men. And we are millions, and my leaders are women. And if you want, I can show you, of course. I would be impressed if women were allowed to have more than one husband. Marriage is always about men that would be equal. As I said, you cannot marry them for sexual, reasons. It is just for helping the orphans, taking care of them. And if you cannot be, even though just among them, then you cannot marry more than one. Okay. And Allah says that you can never be just, okay, between your wives. So you better marry only one. So it's about helping. And women definitely couldn't marry more than one because in case of divorce, nobody knew whose child is, the child that she's pregnant with. All right? It is about that as well. But today, if somebody wants to have two husbands, I mean, this is, of course, immoral, okay? So, but people can do whatever they want. Their judgment is with God. I would be impressed if women were, okay, no, I read this one. Oh, and Muji, just to be clear, the USSR never supported the Ayatollahs. In fact, Iran opposed our guys in Afghan and supported the Taliban instead. I don't remember that, but I know that, Miss K, okay, we have a Marxist organization is called Tudeh Party, People Party. That this Tudeh Party was supported 100% supported by Soviet Union, and this party was supporting Iranian regime from the very first day. Okay, they even helped the mullahs to kill opposition, and they helped them a lot, and they were getting their orders from Soviet Union. Okay, so that much I know, that they were supported by by Russia, I mean Soviet Union, through this to the party. Yes, so they had good interest in Iranian regime because Iranian regime was in down with USA, so that's why they were supporting it. All right. I will find for Lasher. I will find this. Just a moment. Let me see. Sorry. YouTube. Lasher. I have to find. Okay, Lasher, for your knowledge, so that you don't think that I just say things, okay? And this is, first of all, this is a Muslim organization fighting Iranian regime, okay? And as you see, men and women are side by side, Muslim men and women side by side fighting Iranian regime, and women in this Muslim organization have the highest positions, okay? And we learn all this from the Quran, okay? These are women, Muslim women, and they have the highest position in the organization. And let me show you also. This is, wait. And this is our, they are in Albania. This is our elected president, a woman, a Muslim woman, who is president of our organization. Okay? So we don't believe in that inequality between men and women. All right? Lasher. Let me see. Muhammad wouldn't allow women to have more than one husband. Okay? Yes, I told you that. Especially those times. First of all, it's not correct to have more than one partner. All right? It is not correct. It's unjust, as Quran says. Secondly, especially for women, especially those times, if they got pregnant and they wanted to divorce, nobody knew whose child is that. Okay? If they wanted to let them have the same rights, pleasure of having a secret husband. All right. So I said that's not how to say it, moral to have more than one partner for anybody, husband or wife. Tudeh was banned by Ayatollahs. All right, Miske, I know my country very well. Tudeh was banned 1983. From 1979 to 1983, Tudeh party was supporting Ayatollah Fascist Khomeini, and wasn't only Tudeh. Tudeh party, separated another Marxist group called Fadai. They separated them. They became two groups. One which started to cooperate with Tudeh party, and another one which was against Tudeh party and the other one. Okay, so these two group, they were supporting Iranian regime. They were supporting the IRGC and so on. So I know my country very well. You can research. Okay, they were also called Fadayan Khalq. Okay, Fadayan Khalq, Fadai group. They split to two. Let me see. Sorry, Whiskey said, why women's witness is counted only as a half compared to men. Reference, yeah, listen, that verse doesn't say, it says, in case she forget, okay, the other one can help. And that's in among, that's among men, because women were oppressed. They were not taking serious. Okay, so the woman should support the other woman. So in case she forget, but if in case she doesn't forget, her testimony is equal to one man. And in reality, her testimony is above a man. In another words, if husband accuse wife for adultery and he doesn't have 4 witnesses, then he has to swear 5 times that he is saying the truth, and the wife has to swear 5 times if husband is lying. Okay, so her testimony take over, or how do you say, cancel his testimony. So if God wanted, if God man's testimony was above woman's testimony, then God should say, the woman should swear 5 times, and then if the man is right, if he testify or swear 5 times, then she should get punished. But we see that God has changed the place. So first the man has to swear 5 times, and then the woman swear 5 times, and her testimony, her swear is over his. Okay, so that verse that you say, it says in case she needs some help, some support, in case. It's not, okay, 2 women are, should, and that's only in business. Okay, that's not everywhere, just in business, perhaps because they were illiterate, they needed support, they needed help. It's not in other cases, as I gave you one of them. In other cases, her testimony is over a man's testimony. Now, yeah, but a Muslim man can have another wife and doesn't need his first wife's yes, it needs, first of all, okay, there are things that are conditional. As I said, in the Quran already says that if you cannot be just, you have to marry only one. And that's those marriage also, and I said, is because of orphans. Okay, because of orphans, that if you are unjust, you think that you fear to be unjust about them, you cannot take care of them, then marry their mothers, okay, so that you can take care of them. And Quran says, but if you fear that you are unjust, then marry only one. And then it says in chapter 4, verse 128, says that you can never be just, even if you struggle. So it is already, canceled if you want to marry them for sexual desire or things like that. But if you want to just help them, okay, then you can marry them for helping them. All right. And even though there are conditions, if you want to marry them, you have to get the permission of your first wife, okay? And then you have to be able to provide for them both equally and many other things, okay? Take care of them both equally. All right, so there are conditions. You cannot just go and marry other women. Sayed, you want to say something, or if you are there?
Yes, brother. Yeah, that's all I have. Yeah, I'm writing a book about the Palestine, and very good book. And I'm blaming on white Christian about genocide is going on. I blame this is because of white Christian.
All right.
I'm not blaming Jew. Okay, they are doing genocide in Gaza, but I'm blaming on white Christian.
All right, okay. So yeah, but why can't my wife have another husband? Why can't you can't have another wife? She cannot have another husband. Okay, none of you, because this is not right. This is unjust. All right, understand? So Allah says you have to be just, and you can never be just even if you struggle. So you better marry only one. All right. So that marriage also, and I explained for you, Lasher, I don't know why you continue to say the same thing. I said that's only to help orphans, okay? That's only for helping orphans, not for, for your sexual desire and so on. I want to read it. Yeah, okay? Miss K want to read your book, Sayed.
Yeah, I'm also writing a book about a good reason to marry second wife. Okay. And there are many good reasons to marry second wife.
How about second husband?
No. Let me give you. You see, sometimes it's happened in life. Let's say a wife became disabled. She cannot no longer like to have a sex. Her back is broke. And
we have been talking about this, Sayed, before, yeah?
What's that?
We have been talking about this before, no?
Yeah, I think so.
And then I said, and I was saying that, how about if you become disabled and cannot have sex, your wife can marry another husband?
No. If let's say a young man, two young couple, and his wife got accident, it's happened.
How about if husband?
Let me finish first.
Okay.
His wife got accident, and she became a totally paralyzed. Okay. She cannot perform sex or to do. So he have a two choice. One, keep that wife and marry second one, or divorce her. So he has two choice. So I will prefer keep this wife and marry another one. So he does not. This is actually happened. I was a Uber driver, and one woman, young, she was young, still young, and what happened to her? She was married, and she got accident, and she became a paralyzed. She cannot. So what husband did? He divorced her and he left her. So in Islam, you can keep her. Yeah. So it was very betrayal for her. She
so I understood.
Once she became paralyzed, and second, her husband just left her, divorced her. So it was twice pain for her.
Yeah. Okay. So how about And I said, I understand that, okay, that husband divorced her, and how, but first of all, I have to answer these, okay? It says you can easily open an orphan's home. Why to marry? Okay, Whiskey, do you think 1400 years ago people had, I mean, governments, they had this budget to open orphans' home and such places? No. Today, even today, in most countries in the world, there is no such a thing. In countries like North Europe, I don't know about South Europe, but countries like Sweden, okay, yes, they have this budget, they have money, and they can do that. All right. So please ask for something that is was possible. All right. These verses are not for today. These verses are for 1400 years ago or hundreds of years ago. So now let me see. Would you like your wife, assuming you are married, marry another man? Okay, so I'm going to ask first. I have to. So Sayed, how about? Okay, you said about wife get paralyzed. All right. So how about if two young couple marry and husband get paralyzed? Can she marry another man? Not divorce, just have two husbands.
No, the husband will not accept it that way.
Okay, so why
women can accept, woman nature to accept it. Yeah, woman nature to accept. Okay, it's woman nature to accept, but a man does not have this nature to accept.
Okay, all right. Okay, so thank you very much. I don't ask more because it is very strange. All right, adoption is illegal in Ireland. In Islam, sorry, adoption is not illegal in Islam. Okay, Lasha, I don't know from where you get these things. Okay, adoption is not illegal. Adoption is when you adopt somebody, that child is not your, how do you say it, your real child. Okay, how do you say the word? I forgot. Your paternal child. Okay, I think it's the right word. All right, but you can you can adopt children. Nowhere it says orphan where it is written orphan. Said, can you please search for the verse because I'm reading the verse about 4 wives. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, because I'm reading the. I like the way you are honest. You're honest. In Islam, women are treated as sex toys. Okay. All right. It's not a so Fala. So you think I'm dishonest or what? Whiskey is right, and that's the flow. The flow of what? You are showing how there is inequality. Adoption was banned because the issue with okay, who said adoption? I don't know where you get this, that adoption was banned. And then that case, all right, that case was that Prophet Muhammad wanted to support her because she was widow. He had divorced her, and there was no any sexual relation. He just married her to take care of her. All right. Do you know the name of their children, Lasher? Because if they married, Prophet Muhammad was I mean, if they married in that way, Prophet Muhammad was not disabled. He could have children, and all other wives also could have children. But he didn't have children with any of them except the first wife, Khadija. All right. So let me see.
Yeah, it's 4-3.
Yeah, 4:3 exactly. Let me see. Let me bring it and read it for him. That says, let me see. Yeah, 4:3. Let's present. I will share it. Share screen. Oh yeah, it's not 4:3. All right, say, if you fear that you will not be fair to orphans, okay? It is right here. If you fear that you will not be fair to the orphan, then you marry 2, 3, or 4 from among the orphans' mothers, okay? Their mothers here, from among the orphans' mothers, if you seem right to you. Sorry, if they seem right to you. However, if you fear that you may not be able to treat them with equal fairness, then marry only one. Okay, marry only one. Or from those whom your right hand held in trust. Okay, so you may marry one of them, those your right hand possess. Also, it is for helping them, okay? Because they needed also help, your right hand possess. When you marry them, they would become they would become citizen because they were not citizen, okay?
This 4:3 also saying to marry the slave, the
No, it's
right
not.
hand.
No. Right. Listen, Sayed. First, no, understand that slave in Arabic is abd or riqab, okay?
Right
It is
hand
not.
possess means you
No,
have,
right hand. No,
yeah, right
listen.
hand possess means you have a servant or slave, right hand
No,
possess.
no. Brother Rashid has a video about that, okay? I can share with you the link. Please go and watch it. Right hand possess is not a slave. Slave is abd or riqab. When Quran say release a slave, okay, it doesn't say release a right hand possess. It say release a riqab, okay, because they are bound. Understand, Sayyid? So right hand possess is different, but slaves are among right hand possess as well, okay. But for example, those migrants, like it is, I think, I forgot the chapter 60, verse 10. Yeah, chapter 60, verse 10. When the believing women leave their husbands among the kuffar and come to you, test them, yeah, and if you see that they are believing and so on, then you can marry them, okay? So they are your right hand possessed, all right? They are not slaves. They have run away from their husbands, Sayyid, and they have come to you as immigrants, all right? So you
Yeah,
can marry them. They are among your right hand possessed. Understand?
yeah. You see, right hand possess means you possess somebody.
No.
Let,
It's
let,
not.
let, let me finish. Let me finish. You possess somebody. It could be a free person who working who
Yeah.
is your
Okay. You have
servant.
contract. Yeah.
Who is your
Contract.
servant? Okay,
Okay. You have,
female
but
servant. You have a female
yeah.
servant,
All right.
or you
But
have a
yeah.
slave, female slave.
Okay.
So you
Listen.
can marry both of them.
Yeah. But it doesn't look. Your right hand possess is not slave. Slave in that sense. Okay. It is, slaves are among them. So if you want to say directly slaves, okay, so if a person, and like for example a second-hand citizen or non-citizens, okay, non-citizen is not a slave, but it is called also your right hand possessor. It's not a citizen, okay, so you have a contract with them, all right, so they are working for you, but they are not slaves. They can go if they want. All right.
Yeah.
They are not slaves, but slaves are among them as well. All right. So if Quran was going to say that marry, slaves, one of slaves, then it would say marry one of abd or one of riqab, not right hand possessed. All right. So this has to be distinguished. So, and why you have to marry them? Because Allah said marry them. Why? To help them. When you marry them, they become citizens. Okay, they become equal to a free person. Either you have to free them in different ways. If you do something wrong. Whiskey, I hope that you saw. Now let me see. Whiskey is right, and that's the flow. Flow, I don't know what you're talking about, flow of what? Because if you are talking about orphans, I read for you, you are showing how there is inequality. Okay, that's for you, Sayed. Adoption was banned because the issue is then, okay, this was read. Fala is right. Women are not equal. Even the heaven for them is unequal. Lasher, I don't know. I don't like your Islam. Okay, your belief. I don't believe in that the religion that you have learned. Okay, because in the sight of Allah, chapter 49, verse 13, 1-3, mankind, the best of you, men and women, the best of you is the most righteous one of you. Okay, so in Islam, doesn't matter you are a man or a woman. The best of you in the sight of God is the most righteous one of you. So your deeds is important, not your gender. No, I mean, where is it written that you can marry a second wife only if she has a child? I read for you. If you don't understand the verse, I'm sorry for you. Okay, it said if you fear that you are not just towards what is it? Towards orphans, to the orphans, you are not fair to the orphans, then marry 2, 3, 4 among the orphans' mothers. Okay, among the orphans' mothers. I don't know why it happened. Okay, yeah, anyway. Okay, so I read for you the verse. Okay, I hope that the practice for men involves having 72. That's not Quran. Okay, that's trash hadith. Falasana, please, because no one knows what is written in the Quran. That's correct, but not in the hadith. Yes, in the Quran is written for both men and women. There are pleasures, both men and women. Sayyid is being honest. If he was in charge, it would be fun for men. All right. Simple question. Can a rich man marry 4 virgin girls? Is that fair? I said that's unfair. You cannot marry more than one wife, okay? Because the way you are thinking, you are going to be unjust. And that's, Allah says in the Quran, God says that you cannot marry. You better marry only one, because you are going to be unjust, because you just think about sex, okay? Your mind is not good. You have a not good mind, all right? Because you just think about your pants there, what is there, not about helping people, all right? Okay, guys, Sayed, thank you for being here. Everybody, I will wrap it up. I don't know why this, what is it? StreamYard has changed certain things. And I cannot play even subscribe that video, nothing. They want money. The intro video also I couldn't play. Anyway, so I thank you all for being here. Everybody, see you inshallah next week. All right, Sayed?
All right, thank you, brother.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. God bless you all, Falasana and everybody else. Thank you.